Welcome dear students. I hope all are fine and safe. So you enjoyed your 1 week of holidays and let's get back into our online classes. Now let's refresh the same analytical geometry and we'll complete the remaining sums of these exercise. Okay? Yes. Now look into this sum. Fifth sum. Before getting into this sum, we have main concepts to be memorized. Very important formulas has to be memorized here, which are termed as a trigonometric formulas. Okay, so we are using those formulas under this topic also. So let's note what are the formulas we are going to use under this one problem. Okay, so the first one is the formula what we are going to use is secant 2 alpha is equal to, you have to memorize this, secant 2 alpha is equal to 1 plus tan squared alpha divided by 1 minus tan squared alpha. You have to memorize and we'll be using this formula also here. So secant 2 alpha is equal to 1 plus tan squared alpha divided by 1 minus tan squared alpha. The second one is tan of a minus b, tan of a minus b. Now here a and b represent the angle of the theta given. Okay, so tan of a can take any of the value 30 degree, 60 degree, 40 degree or alpha, beta, whatever may be, this formula is applicable. So tan of a minus b is equal to tan of a minus tan of b divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B, tan A into tan B. So, since it is tan of A minus B, you have to use the minus sign only in the numerator. Denominator will be using the plus sign. So, please memorize tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A into tan B. This will be same for, not same, but relevant to tan of A plus b, a plus b. So since we have plus here, in the numerator we'll be using tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b, 1 minus tan a into tan b. So you just memorize this formula by correlating this. If we have minus here, numerator will have minus, denominator will have plus. If we have plus here, numerator will have plus and the denominator will have minus. Okay. Now, the other important thing, in order to prove this result, we have to memorize the equation of the straight line. Equation of the straight line passing through the origin, is given by, y minus mx equal to 0. Y minus mx is equal to 0. So if it is going to be a single line, it is y minus mx is equal to 0. If we have two straight lines, we can segregate this as y minus m1x is equal to 0 and y minus m2x is equal to 0. As you know, this m stands for the slope of the straight line. m1 will stand for one of the slope of the straight line and m2 is the other slope of the straight line. So these many concepts you have to memorize. Please note it down and keep in order to prove this result. Okay, shall we continue? Okay students, now look into this sum now. Prove that the equation to the straight lines through the origin makes an angle alpha with straight line y is equal to x is x squared minus 2xy secant 2 alpha plus y squared equal to 0. So we are going to prove that there are two straight lines. The equation of the straight lines, isn't it? It's a plural form. So we are going to assume there are two straight lines which passes through the origin. So just now we saw the equation of the straight line which passes through the origin is given by y minus mx equal to 0. Okay. Now additional to that, passing through the straight lines which passes through the origin makes an angle alpha with the straight line. It also includes an angle alpha with the straight line y is equal to x. Now this y is equal to x. Now look into this. you already know, you have drawn the graph, isn't it, in your 10th standard. Now look into this. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. The equation of the straight line y is equal to x will be, when you assume x is equal to 0, y will also be equal to 0. If you assume x is equal to, do you remember, we used to draw the tabular column and segregate the values and draw the graph, isn't it? The same way, if you assume x is equal to 1, y also will take the value 1. X is equal to 2, y will also take the value 2. So in the same way, if we plot the points, the line equation y is equal to x will be, this is the nature of the graph y is equal to x. Is it clear? Okay. So now with this straight line y is equal to x, there is two more equation of the straight line which again passes through the origin and it makes an angle alpha along with this line. So we are going to imagine that there is one more straight line which also passes through the origin. So this is one straight line, this is one more straight line. Is it clear for you? There are two straight lines, isn't it? This straight line makes an angle alpha, here and here. Both the straight lines, new straight lines, makes an angle with the straight line y is equal to x. Okay, now you just imagine, let's take this, we know that perpendicular, so this angle will be 90 degree, isn't it? Now this line y is equal to x bisects the given 90 degree and it will become 45 degree. Okay, if I assume an angle here, alpha, so this will become 45 minus alpha, yes or no? 45 minus alpha, and this angle will be 45 plus alpha, yes or no? Okay, so now these angles will be using here in order to prove the given results. Okay, so we know that, what do we know? The equation of straight lines passing through the origin is given by, yes or no? Now we know there are two straight lines, so equation of two straight lines passing through the origin is given by. So now what you will get? Y minus m1x. Yes or no? Y minus m1x is equal to 0 and the other line is 1 minus m2x is equal to 0. So these two are the straight lines which passes through the origin. Now what I am going to do, I am going to combine these two straight lines, y minus m1x into y minus m2x is equal to 0. I am going to combine these two straight lines. Now we are going to multiply as usual, algebraic multiplication. So what you will get when you take y and multiply, you will get y squared minus y my m2xy. Now next one, take this and multiply. So what you will get? Minus m1xy. Next one is plus m1 m2 x squared equal to 0. Yes or no? Okay, now since this is also xy term and this is also xy term, we are going to combine this. Now minus of, shall we take it as m1 plus m2 into xy plus m1 into m2 into x squared equal to 0. Shall we take like this? Check it now. Y squared minus m1 into xy, again minus m2 into xy. See, we got the same term after clubbing also. Okay, now this is equal to 0. Now what we are supposed to do is, we are going to find the values of m1 plus m2 and the product of m1 into m2. So now what is m1 and m2? They are the addition of the sum of the slopes, and this one is product of the slopes. So now we are going to find, first let us find what is m1. Let us find what is m2, again m1 into m2. Let's find. Okay, now look into this. In order to find the slope, now we know that the slope of the straight line is given by the formula. What is that? M is equal to tan theta. Yes or no? The slope of the straight line is given by the formula m is equal to tan theta. Here we have the thetas for two different slopes, m1 and m2. First one, let's take the theta to be 45 minus alpha. For the second one, let us take it as 45 plus alpha. So for m1, it is tan of 45 minus alpha. Yes or no? According to the diagram. Okay. Now here we are going to apply the formula of tan of A minus B. Do you remember? Okay. So now what will be M1? Now look into this, tan of A minus B. So this will be tan 45 minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan 45 into 45 degree into tan alpha. Yes or no? According to the formula of tan of A minus B. Okay, now M1 is equal to tan 45. What is the value of tan 45? It is 1. So 1 minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus, again tan 45 is 1. So I get tan alpha. 1 into tan alpha is tan alpha. So now this is going to be our M1 value. Now we are going to find the M2 value same. So M2 value will be tan of 45 plus alpha, isn't it? The second angle is 45 plus alpha. So what will be M2 now? Tan 45 degree actually, 45 plus tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan 45 into tan alpha. Yes or no? Okay. Now M2 will be equal to, tan 45 is again 1 plus tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan 45 is 1 again. It is 1 minus tan alpha. So I got the value of M1 and M2. So for M1 I have 1 minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan alpha. M2 is 1 plus tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan alpha. So with this we are going to find the values of what? The sum of the slopes and the product of the slopes. Okay students, let's find the sum of the slopes M1 and M2. So M1 plus M2, I have substituted the values 1 minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan alpha plus 1 plus tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan alpha. Now we are going to simplify it since it is a fraction and I am going to take LCM. Here I have A plus B, A minus B, isn't it? What is A plus B into A minus B? It will become A squared minus B squared, what we know already in our smaller classes. So now this will become 1 squared, which is equal to 1. So 1 minus tan squared alpha. 1 minus tan squared alpha. Yes. Now cross multiply, you will get 1 minus tan alpha the whole square plus 1 plus tan alpha the whole square. Yes or no? Now we are going to expand it, A minus B the whole squared plus A plus B the whole squared. When we expand, what do we get? 1 squared is 1 minus 2 tan alpha, isn't it? 2 tan alpha plus tan squared alpha. Okay, again plus 1 plus 2 tan alpha plus tan squared alpha divided by, you will get 1 minus tan squared alpha. Okay. Now minus 2 tan alpha and plus 2 tan alpha is getting cancelled. So the remaining terms, what are the remaining terms? Look into this. 1 plus 1 is 2. So it is 2 plus 2 into tan squared alpha. Yes or no? Divided by 1 minus tan squared alpha. Okay. So now this becomes, shall we take 2 common outside? 1 plus tan squared alpha divided by 1 minus tan squared alpha. So already we have seen what is the formula for 1 plus tan squared alpha divided by 1 minus tan squared alpha. It is secant 2 alpha. So already 1 2 is here. So the answer is 2 into secant 2 alpha. So I have got the values of what is the value of this? M1 plus M2. M1 plus M2 will be equal to 2 into secant 2 alpha. So now the next part is we are going to find the value of M1 into M2. Shall we? Okay students, let's find the product of these two slopes M1 into M2. So I have substituted 1 minus tan alpha divided by 1 plus tan alpha into 1 plus tan alpha divided by 1 minus tan alpha. Now 1 plus tan alpha and 1 plus tan alpha is getting cancelled. 1 minus tan alpha and 1 minus tan alpha is getting cancelled. So the answer for M1 into M2 is equal to what? 1. Did you understand? Okay, so we found the values of sum of the slopes and the product of the slopes. Now we are going to substitute these values where in the combined equation what we have already found, isn't it? Okay students, so we have found the values of m1 and m2. Now we are going to substitute these values in the combined equation. So already we found the combined equation. What was that? Y squared minus m1 plus m2 into xy plus m1 into m2 into x squared equal to 0. Yes or no? Now I am going to substitute the relevant values. So now y squared minus m1 plus m2 is what? 2 into secant 2 alpha into xy plus m1 into m2 is 1. 1 into x squared is again x squared equal to 0. Now look into this x squared. We have the sign as plus, and x squared, y squared has the sign plus, and also x squared has the sign plus. So there won't be any problem in interchanging. So I can rearrange it. X squared minus 2 into xy into secant 2 alpha plus y squared equal to 0. This is the result I have to prove. Now look into the result. X squared minus 2xy secant 2 alpha plus y squared equal to 0. Hence the result is proved. So in order to prove this sum, I have told you in the beginning, you have to learn the trigonometric formula and the logic and the equation which passes through the origin. If you memorize it, then it will be very easy to solve this problem. Okay students, now 7th sum, we are going to find the separate equations from the following pair of equation 3x squared plus 2xy minus y squared equal to 0. Do you remember we have discussed earlier the general form of the pair of equation of straight lines is given by ax squared plus 2hxy plus by squared equal to 0. Now this is the equation of the pair of straight lines. Yes or no? Here itself we have two forms of equation in the pair of straight line. One of the form is this one. Okay. So now this is the pair of straight line. That it means it is a combination of two straight lines. It is a combination of the equation of two straight lines. So from this combined equation we are going to separate two straight lines, separate equations. That's what is given here also. Now this 3x squared plus 2xy minus y squared equal to 0 is a combination of two straight lines. So from the combined equation, I am going to segregate the straight lines individually and I am going to check the separate equations. What are they? Okay. Now this is very simple. Here under this 7th sum, we have three problems. The first two problems are of this type. That is ax squared plus 2hxy plus by squared. So this can be done in a very different manner. The other one we have ax squared plus 2gx. We have that one more format of the pair of straight line, isn't it? In that formula, in that separate equation, we have one more model. Okay. So now for this, you can go along with the same pattern for first and the second subdivisions. Okay. Now 3x squared plus 2xy minus y squared equal to 0. I am going to factorize this equation as we do it for the quadratic equation. We will use the simple factorization, isn't it? The same way, I am going to multiply 3 and minus 1. 3 is the coefficient of x squared. Minus 1 is the coefficient of y squared. So when I multiply, I will get what? Minus 3. So the product of the two numbers has to be minus 3 and the sum of those two numbers has to be plus 2. So let's check what is the number. So it may be plus 3 and minus 1. So plus 3 into minus 1 will give you minus 3. Plus 3 minus 1 will give you plus 2. Isn't it? Now need not divide this answer. Instead, we can rewrite this as 3x squared. Now look into this. Plus 3xy minus xy minus y squared equal to 0. This is one of the pattern of writing the simple factorization in our your lower classes, isn't it? Okay. Now, since we have 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, I am going to segregate as 2 terms. Okay. So, first part this 2 and the second part this 2. Now, I am going to take the common terms from these 2 terms. So, that common term will be 3x. So, I have taken 3x common. The rest is x plus y. Yes or no? Kindly check 3x into x will give you 3x square, 3x into y you will get it 3xy. The term which we have written inside the bracket here has to be repeated once again. So x plus y. Okay. Now just choose a number, the suitable number what we are supposed to put here. When we multiply, I should get the same value of these 2 terms. So check what will be the value, -1. Check it. Minus 1 into x will be minus 1 into y. Okay, so minus y into x will be minus xy. Minus y into plus y will give you minus y squared. Yes or no? Equal to 0. Now what we are going to do? We are going to combine these 2. So 3x minus y and x plus y equal to 0. Yes or no? Okay. Now these 2 are the separate equations we are going to take and write separately. Now look into this. I am going to write it as 3x minus y is equal to 0 is one equation. The other one is x plus y is equal to 0 is the other equation. Now these 2 are the separate equations which has given as a combined equation as such. Okay. Is it clear, students? So I will tell you once again, please listen, because this is a very important pattern of sum also. Okay, now listen. இப்போ இது வந்து combined equation கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. இந்த combined equationல இருந்து நான் separate equation கொண்டு வரணும். ஏன்னா இது வந்து என்னது pair of straight line. pairனால ரெண்டு straight line சேர்ந்து இருக்கிறது தான் இந்த equation. இப்போ இந்த equation patternல தான் நமக்கு இது இருக்கு. ஸோ இது வந்து combined equation. அந்த combined equationல இருந்து நான் தனித்தனியா 2 equations பிரித்து எடுக்க போகிறேன். ஸோ பிரித்து எடுக்கிறதுக்கு இதை நான் factorize பண்ண போகிறேன். நம்ம quadratic equationல factorize பண்ண மாதிரி தான் factorize பண்ண போகிறோம். Simple factorization. So இதை multiply பண்ண போகிறோம். -3 வருது. 2 numbers multiply பண்ணா -3 வரணும். add பண்ணா +2 வரணும். So the numbers வந்து +3 -1. இப்போ நம்ம யூசுவலாக multiply பண்ணா divide பண்ணுவோம். இங்கே பண்ண தேவையில்லை. இதே மாதிரி நம்ம segregate பண்ணா போதும். ஸோ அப்போ அந்த +3xy இந்த 2xy தான் நம்ம இப்படி பிரிச்சிருக்கோம். ஸோ 2xyக்கு பதிலாக 3xy -xy நாம இந்த 2 நம்பர்ஸை பிரித்து எழுதுகிறோம். பிரித்து எழுதும் போது பாருங்கள் +3xy -xy will give you +2xy. மீனிங் மாறாமல் நம்ம பிரிச்சாச்சு. இப்போ இந்த 2 டேர்ம்ஸையும் நம்ம கிளப் பண்ண போகிறோம். இந்த 2 டேர்ம்ஸையும் கிளப் பண்ண போகிறோம். இது ரெண்டுத்தில் இருக்கிற காமன் டேர்மை நான் எடுத்து எழுதிட்டேன். 3x மீதி இருக்கிறது x plus y. இந்த bracket உள்ள என்ன எழுதுகிறோமோ அதையே தான் இங்கேயும் நம்ம ரிப்பீட் பண்ணணும். எழுதியாச்சு. இப்போது இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எந்த நம்பர் போட்டால் மீனிங் மாறாமல் இந்த 2 டேர்ம் வருது அப்படின்னு நாம் செக் பண்ணணும். ஸோ செக் பண்ணும்போது எனக்கு என்ன வந்துருச்சு, -y. So minus y into x will give you minus xy, minus y into y will give you minus y square. இல்லைங்களா? சரி, இப்போ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நான் கம்பைன் பண்ணி 3x minus y இன்னும் x plus y equal to 0ன்னு எழுதிட்டேன். ஸோ இதை ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷனாகவும் இதை ஒரு ஈக்குவேஷனாகவும் எழுதிட்டேன். இப்போ என்னோட செப்பரேட் ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸ். therefore நீங்கள் எழுத வேண்டியது என்னன்னா, conclude the answer. therefore separate equations are 3x minus y equal to 0 and x plus y equal to 0. Very, very simple and important sum in the point of exam view. Okay. Okay students, let's discuss the second subdivision. Now look into this sum. 6 into x minus 1 the whole square plus 5 into x minus 1 into y minus 2 minus 4 into y minus 2 the whole square equal to 0. Here we have 2 methods of doing this problem. First one, we can expand this using a minus b the whole square. We can multiply using algebraic multiplication. Again we can expand and we can segregate and we can simplify it. First bring it into the combined equation of the pair of straight line. After that only we have to separate it. Okay. So that is one method. The other one, I can just assume let x minus 1 is equal to capital X. I can assume, okay, small x minus 1 is equal to capital X and y minus 2 is equal to capital Y. Now you just substitute these values in this equation and just see what happens. Now this becomes 6 into capital X squared plus 5 into capital X capital Y minus 4 into capital Y squared equal to 0. Now did you observe? Now this 6x squared plus 5xy minus 4y squared is equal to 0 is same as the ax squared plus 2hxy plus by squared equal to 0. So I have derived the given equation in this form, very simplest form. So you can use this method in order to simplify this. So don't forget, assume small x minus 1 equal to capital X and small y minus 2 is equal to capital Y. Okay. So now we are going to factorize this. Okay. So 6 into minus 4 will give you okay. Now look into this, minus 24. When I take the product I should get minus 24. When I add I should get 5. So the plus 5, isn't it? So I'll get the values of plus 8 and minus 3. Do you agree? Plus 8 minus 3 will give you minus 24. Plus 8 minus 3 will give you plus 5. Now I am going to rewrite this plus 5xy as 6x squared plus 8xy minus 3xy minus 4y squared equal to 0. Yes or no? Now again I am going to split these two terms by taking the common multiple. So let's see what will be the common multiple here. 2 times. So I am going to take 2x common outside. So the rest will be 3x plus 4y. Check it now. 2x into 3x will give you 6x squared. 2x plus 4y will give you 8xy. Now this same term has to be repeated here also. So 3x plus 4y. Okay. Now what will be the number before this term? Check it. I have minus 3xy minus 4y squared. So what is missing here? Minus y. So minus y into 3x will give you minus 3xy. Minus y into 4y will give you minus 4y squared equal to 0. Yes or no? Okay. Now I am going to rewrite this as 2x minus y into 3x plus 4y equal to 0. Yes or no? Okay. Now look into this. I have capital X and capital Y. Here also capital X and capital Y. But in the problem I have only small x and small y. Now in order to get this into my convenient form, I have assumed this. Okay, x minus 1 equal to capital X. So the final answer, instead of capital X and Y, I have to substitute the original values of the given equation. So I am going to rewrite this as, I am going to resubstitute it as 2 into capital X. So instead of capital X, I get what? Small x minus 1 minus, what is capital Y? Minus of y minus 2. You should be very careful with the minus. Minus y, isn't it? Okay. Now, before that, first let us segregate and take this as a separate equation. So what is that? 2x minus y is equal to 0. One separate equation. The other one is 3x plus 4y equal to 0. Yes or no? Now we have found the separate equation. Finally only we are going to replace the values of capital X and capital Y. Okay. So we have substituted 2 into x minus 1 minus y minus 2 equal to 0. So let us simplify it. So 2 into x, 2x minus 2 minus y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now plus 2 and minus 2 is getting cancelled. The first equation is 2x minus y equal to 0. Okay. Let's check the second separate equation. This is the first separate equation. Second separate equation is 3 into x minus 1 plus 4 into y minus 2 equal to 0. So 3x minus 3 plus 4y minus 8 is equal to 0. Yes or no? Now what is the answer? 3x plus 4y minus 11 is equal to 0. So this will be our second separate equation. So we are going to take and write the first and the second equations as the required separate equations. Okay students, let's discuss the third subdivision. As I told you already, the first and the second subdivisions go with the same pattern and the third one is slightly different from the first two. Okay, so now look into this equation. We are going here also, we are going to find the separate equation from the combined equation, but this combined equation of the form 2x squared minus xy minus 3y squared minus 6x minus plus 19y minus 20 equal to 0. Do you remember? This is of the pattern. Which pattern is this? ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Now this is the pattern or the general form of the pair of straight line. Now this equation is of this pattern. So we have to use this method only for this pair of straight line form. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, here we are going to consider only these three terms alone, as if we planned it for first and the second subdivisions, isn't it? We had only x squared term, xy term and the y squared term. So in the same way, we are going to consider only these three terms, and we are going to segregate this using the simple factorization. So let's consider 2x squared minus xy minus 3y squared equal to 0. Now I am going to factorize this. 2 into minus 3 will give you what? Minus 6. I am going to separate this. When I add, I should get what? Minus 1. So what will be the value? Minus 3 plus 2. Is that no? Minus 3 into plus 2 is minus 6. When I add this, I will get minus 1. So I am going to separate this. 2x squared minus xy can be replaced as minus 3xy plus 2xy minus 3y squared equal to 0. Okay, now let's combine these two. Now check it. What is common in these two? Only x is common. So I am going to take x alone as common. So the rest 2x minus 3y will hold the same. The same way I have to repeat this term which is inside the bracket, 2x minus 3y. Now check it, what will be the suitable value if I substitute here? It's nothing but plus y. Check it now, plus y into 2x will give you 2xy, plus y into minus 3y will give you minus 3y squared equal to 0. Now I combine these two. So it is x plus y into 2x minus 3y equal to 0. Is that no? Okay. Now x plus y into 2x minus 3y is equal to 0. We are going to use this as a separate equation. In the previous one, we have will be using just as it is x plus y equal to 0, 2x minus 3y equal to 0. Do you remember? But here, we are going to include one more constants for this. That is, from this, x plus y plus L is equal to 0. Is it no? Okay, the next one, 2x minus 3y plus m is equal to 0. So this is very different step here. You have to remember only for this model alone. Okay. Now this becomes a separate equation. X plus y plus L equal to 0. 2x minus 3y plus m is equal to 0. Now what we are going to do? We are going to again combine this and we are going to equate the coefficients of x and y. Let's check it how we are going to do it. Now, as I told you, now this becomes a separate equations, isn't it? Now I am going to combine this again and I am going to equate this with the already combined equation. So listen very carefully. இப்போ நாம என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம்? separate equations கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோம். இந்த separate equations கண்டுபிடிச்சதுல இப்போ L உம் M உம் நாம கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். unknown values கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். So இந்த unknown values கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன செய்ய போறோம்னா திரும்பி இத கம்பைன் பண்ணி ஆல்ரெடி கொடுத்திருக்கிற ஈக்குவேஷன்ல நாம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணி கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட்ஸை கம்பேர் பண்ணி கண்டுபிடிக்க போறோம். ஓகே, சோ அப்ப இந்த ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸை திரும்ப நாம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? கம்பைன் பண்ண போறோம். ஆல்ரெடி கொடுத்திருக்கிற क्वेश्चनல கொடுத்திருக்கிற இந்த கம்பைன்ட் ஈக்குவேஷன் ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிறதை எழுதிட்டேன் நான். 2x squared minus xy minus 3y squared minus 6x plus 19y minus 20 equal to இதுவும் ஈக்குவல் தான். அப்ப இதோட கம்பைன்ட் ஈக்குவேஷன் என்ன பாருங்க? x plus y plus L into 2x minus 3y plus m. ஆமாவா? அப்ப இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் கம்பைன் பண்ணாலும் இதுவும் ஈக்குவல் தான் அப்படின்னு நாம சொல்ல போறோம். ஓகே, இப்போ என்ன செய்ய போறோம்னா I am going to compare the coefficients of x and y. I am going to compare the coefficients of Coefficients na உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். Coefficients of x and y. Coefficients of x and y. Okay. அப்ப LHSல இருக்கிற coefficient of x ஐயும் RHSல இருக்கிற coefficient of x ஐயும் நான் என்ன செய்ய போறேன்? கம்பேர் பண்ண போறேன். ஸோ நம்ம LHSல நம்மளோட coefficient என்ன இருக்கு? -6 இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா? சரி, இப்போ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் கம்பைன் பண்ணி பாருங்க. உங்களோட ரஃப்ல நீங்க கம்பைன் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். ஸோ கம்பைன் பண்ணும்போது எக்ஸ் டேர்ம் என்ன வருது அப்படின்னு பார்க்கலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இப்போ இங்கே எக்ஸ் இதை நம்ம மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுவோம். எக்ஸ் இன்ட்டு 2x will give you x ஸ்கொயர்ட் டேர்ம். அடுத்து எக்ஸ் இன்ட்டு இது 3y போட்டோம்னா xy டேர்ம் ஆயிடுது. எக்ஸ் இன்ட்டு எம் போடும்போது தான் நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்குது? mx டேர்ம் கிடைக்குது. அப்போது mx வந்துருச்சா? ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ஒய்யோட இதை மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணும்போது xy ஆகிடும். ஒய்யோடதுன்னா y ஸ்கொயர்ட் ஆகிடும். ஒய்யோடது இது கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது இது என்ன ஆகிடும்? my ஆகிடும் இல்லைங்களா? அது வராது. ஆனால் ஏன்னா நம்ம எக்ஸ் கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட் மட்டும்தான் என்ன செய்கிறோம்? கம்பைன் பண்ணுறோம். உங்களுக்கு புரியுதா? or else I'll work it out and see tell here. இப்போ இதை மல்டிப்ளை பண்ண போகிறோம் ரெண்டுத்தையும். அப்போ எனக்கு 2x ஸ்கொயர்ட் வந்துருச்சு ப்ளஸ் mx வந்துருச்சு ப்ளஸ் 2xy மைனஸ் 3y ஸ்கொயர் ப்ளஸ் ym ப்ளஸ் 2lx வந்திருக்கு மைனஸ் 3ly வந்திருக்கு ப்ளஸ் lm வந்திருக்கு. இஸ் நோ? ஓகே, சரி. இப்போ இதில் எக்ஸ் கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட் என்ன பாருங்கள்? mxும் வேற என்ன எக்ஸ் கோஎஃபிஷியண்ட்டாக வந்திருக்குன்னு பாருங்கள். இந்த இந்த எல்எக்ஸும் வந்திருக்கு. அப்போ நம்ம கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது இந்த இடத்துல எல்ஹெச்எஸோட எக்ஸ் கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட் வந்து -6 எழுதிட்டேன். ஆர்ஹெச்எஸ்ல இருக்கிற எக்ஸ் கோஎஃபிஷியன்ட் என்ன வந்திருக்கு? m + 2l. So I am going to take this as the first equation. X coefficients compare பண்ணி நான் first equation கொண்டு வந்துட்டேன். Next one I am going to compare the coefficients of what? Y on LHS and RHS. அப்போ LHSல என்ன இருக்கு? Y coefficient 19. coefficient மட்டும் தான் எழுதணும் 19. RHSல எது Y coefficient வருது பாருங்க. Y மட்டும் தான் இருக்கணும். அப்போ ym வருதா? அடுத்தது வேற என்ன வருது? Y coefficient -3l வருது பாருங்க. அப்போ நான் என்ன எழுதணும்? m y விட்டுடணும் -3l. இது வந்து செகண்ட் ஈக்குவேஷன். ஓகே, இப்போ இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம்? we are going to find the values of l and m. so using the elimination method we are going to find the values of l and m. so அப்போ first இதுலேயும் m இருக்குது, இதுலேயும் m இருக்குது இல்லைங்களா? so we can rewrite m plus 2l equal to -6 இருக்குது. this one m minus 3l equal to 19 இருக்குது. so now change the sign. so this is getting cancelled. now this becomes what? 5l equal to அப்போ இது என்ன வந்துருச்சு? -25. so what will be l now? -5. did you understand? சரி, now we are going to eliminate what? l now. இங்க 2 இருக்கு, இங்க 3 இருக்கு. so now what we are going to do? we are going to multiply first equation by 3, second equation by 2. okay, so now what you will get? 3m plus 6l equal to -18. is that no? second equation என்னவாகும்? நம்ம 2 ஆல மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணும்போது 2m minus 6l equal to 38 வருமா? okay, இப்போ இது plus 6l minus 6l is getting cancelled. அப்போ இங்கே வந்து என்ன வந்துடுது? 5m. இப்போ 5m is equal to என்ன வரும்? plus 20. is that no? okay, so m is equal to என்ன வந்துருச்சு? 4. okay, so now அப்போ அந்த ஈக்குவேஷனில் I am going to substitute the value of L to be -5 and M to be 4. அப்போ அதுதான் நம்மளோட separate equations. அப்போ therefore separate equations, what are they? separate equations. now look into this. X plus Y, what is the value of L? -5 equal to 0. and now again the next one is 2x minus 3y. what is the value of m? plus 4 equal to 0. so these are the separate equations we have found it. okay students, let's discuss the 18th sum now. very simple sum. look into this. prove that the straight lines joining the origin to the point of intersection 3x squared plus 5xy minus 3y squared plus 2x plus 3y equal to 0 and 3x minus 2y minus 1 equal to 0 are at right angles. Now these lines are intersecting at right angles. So right angles we already know. In our previous videos we have learned the condition for the pair of straight lines to meet at the right angle is a plus b is equal to 0. Do you remember? A plus b, the condition, isn't it? It's a very important condition too. Okay, now we are going to check the value of a, the sum of the values of a plus b is equal to 0. So in order to check that, first we are supposed to find the value of a and b. Okay, so here in this we are going to find the values of a and b with the simple modifications, because these two straight lines has to intersect. Okay, yes. Now we are going to just see how we are going to intersect or merge these two equations. Okay, now consider this equation: 3x squared plus 5xy minus 3y squared plus 2x plus 3y is equal to 0. Yes or no? Now we are going to combine, as usual, we are going to combine these three terms together, and these two terms, now without changing the meaning of the given equation, I am going to rewrite this as 2x plus 3y into 1 equal to 0. Can I? Without making any changes, just I am introducing 1, because 2x plus 3y into 1 will become again 2x plus 3y. So there is not going to be any changes over there. Okay, now look into this. Let's take this as the first equation. Now the second equation what is given is 3x minus 2y minus 1 equal to 0. Now I am going to rewrite that second equation as 3x minus 2y is equal to 1. Can I rewrite this? Yes or no? 3x minus 2y equal to 1. Now very smartly, in the place of 1, can I replace the value of 3x minus 2y? Yes, sure, because LHS is equal to RHS. So now I am going to use this second one here. Instead of 1, I am going to replace the value of 1 as 3x minus 2y. Okay, so the first substitute second equation in the first equation. So the first equation will become 3x squared plus 5xy minus 3y plus, what you will get, 2x plus 3y. Instead of 1, I am going to use it what? 3x minus 2y equal to 0. Can I use like this? Okay. Now I am going to multiply these two terms and bring it into the simplified form. So now let's check it, how we are going to simplify, and I am going to find the value of what? A and b from the general equation. Okay. So now look into this: 3x squared plus 5xy minus 3y. Now I am going to multiply this. 2x into 3x will give you plus 6x squared. Is that no? Okay. Minus 4xy. Minus 4xy. Next one, plus 9xy. Is or no? Plus 9xy minus 6y squared equal to 0. Did you check? 2x into 3x will give you 6x squared. 2x minus 2y will give you minus 4xy. Then 9xy minus 6y squared equal to 0. Now we are going to segregate. Look into this: 3x squared plus 6x squared will give you 9x squared. Yes or no? Now 5 plus 5xy minus 4xy will give you 1xy plus, so we will get 10xy. Yes or no? Okay. Now here I have 3y squared, isn't it? So minus 3y squared minus 6y squared will give you minus 9y squared is equal to 0. Now look into this. We have brought it into the general form. What form now? It is a general form of the combined equation of a pair of straight line ax squared plus 2hxy plus by squared equal to 0. Yes or no? Now this equation is of this format. So now easily I am going to segregate the value, compare the values of a and b. So what will be the value of a? It is plus 9. What is the value of b? It is minus 9. So now I am going to check whether a plus b is equal to 0. Shall we? So a plus b is equal to 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. So this implies the given equations are intersecting. They are intersecting. Where do they intersect? At right angles. At right angles. Hence they are proved. Okay students, let's discuss the 17th sum now. Paranga, they have given if the pair of straight lines x squared minus 2k xy minus y squared equal to 0 bisects the angle between the pair of straight lines x squared minus 2l xy minus y squared equal to 0. அப்போ already ஒரு set of pair of equations வந்து இந்த pair of equations ஓட angle வந்து bisect பண்ணுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. இப்போ என்ன நம்ம prove பண்ணணுமா? We have to show that later pair also bisects the angle between the former. ஏற்கனவே first equation second equation ஓட angle bisect பண்ணுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. but நாம prove பண்ண வேண்டியது second equation of the pair of straight line வந்து first ஓட angle bisect பண்ணுதுன்னு போடும். அப்ப simultaneous ஒன்னோட ஒன்னு என்ன செய்யுதுன்னா angle வந்து bisect பண்ணுது அப்படினு நாம prove பண்ண போறோம். okay, so இத prove பண்ண we have to memorize this formula. It's very important, very simple too. So this is the equation of the bisectors of angle between the lines. Now this will give you the equation of the bisector of the angle between the lines, that is x squared minus y squared divided by a minus b equal to xy divided by h. Okay, now here we are going to substitute the values of a, b. X squared and y squared is the equation format there. We are going to substitute only the values of a and b and h also. We know that we can find the value of a, b and h from the equation. From the general equation we can compare and get the values of a, b and h. Okay, now let's see how we are going to find the problem. Okay, now look into this. So first one, we are going to, already it is given that it is given x squared minus 2k xy minus y squared equal to 0 bisects the angle of which equation? That is x squared minus 2lxy minus y squared equal to 0. So let's take this as the first equation and the second equation. Now we have to prove that second equation also bisects what does it bisects? Bisects the angle between the pair of straight line. Angle between the pair of straight line. Okay, so between the pair of straight lines of which equation? First equation we have to prove. Okay, now let's consider the second equation first. Okay, shall we consider? So now what is the first equation says? The first equation, second equation. Second equation implies x squared minus 2lxy minus y squared equal to 0. I am going to find the equation of the line of bisector, isn't it? Using the equation, which equation? X squared minus y squared divided by a minus b equal to xy divided by h, isn't it? So from this equation, what will be the value of a? It is 1, ax squared. Compare. So value of a is 1. What is the value of b? It is minus 1. What is the value of h? In order to find 2h, 2h will be equal to minus 2l, isn't it? 2 and 2 is getting cancelled, so h is equal to minus l. Yes or no? So the values are ready now. A value, b value and h values are ready. Now we are going to substitute here. So x squared minus y squared divided by a value is 1 minus of minus 1 is equal to xy divided by minus l, isn't it? So we get x squared minus y squared divided by 2 is equal to xy divided by minus l. Okay, so now from this, look into this. We are going to simplify and bring it into the form x squared minus y squared equal to 2 into xy divided by minus l, which can be written as minus 2xy divided by l. Yes or no? Okay, now I am going to bring this into this format. So x square plus 2xy divided by L minus y squared is equal to 0. Shall we take this as the third equation? So please check it over. From the second equation, I have brought the equation of the bisector which bisects the angle, and I have brought into one more equation, and I have taken it as the third equation. Now, since the first one bisects the second one, now the first one and the third one are similar. Yes or no? Because they are bisecting each other. So, I am going to compare the first one and the third one. So, let's compare. So, check it over. So, I am going to compare first equation and the third equation. So, when I compare, I can compare x squared coefficient is 1, again here is also 1, y squared is also 1. So, I am going to compare only these terms. So, what I will get? Minus 2k will be equal to 2 divided by L. Yes or no? And 2 is getting cancelled. So, minus k will be equal to 1 divided by L. So, k will be equal to minus 1 divided by L. Can I? Okay. Now, let's use this value of k is equal to minus 1 by L where is necessary. Okay. So, let's have that value as it is. Now, again, I am going to now till now we have considered the second equation and we have found, and by comparing we found the value of k. Okay. Now, we are going to consider the first equation. First equation, x squared minus 2k xy minus y squared equal to 0. In this equation, again I am going to find the equation of the bisector. Okay. So, because I have to prove both are same, isn't it? Okay. So, from this I am going to use the equation. So, from this what will be the value of A? A is 1. Again B is minus 1. What will be? 2h will be equal to minus 2k. Is that no? 2 and 2 is getting cancelled. So, h's will be equal to minus k. Okay. So, shall we substitute in the formula? X squared minus y squared divided by a minus b, isn't it? So, again 1 minus 1 equal to xy divided by h value is what? Minus k. Okay. So, now what do I get? X squared minus y squared divided by 2 is equal to xy divided by minus k. Now, I am going to rearrange it. Okay. Shall we? So, x squared minus y squared divided by 2, or else we can take this 2 to that side. So, x squared minus y squared equal to 2xy divided by minus k. Again, I am bringing this to that side. So, this becomes x squared plus 2xy divided by k minus y squared equal to 0. So, here in the value, in the place of k, I am going to substitute the value of what? Minus 1 by L. So, substitute x squared plus 2 into xy divided by minus 1 by L minus y squared equal to 0. Now, let us rearrange it again. So, reciprocate the values. Let us check. So, when you take the L to the numerator, it will become x squared minus 2lxy minus y squared equal to 0. Now, check this. Check this equation star and the second equation. So, we have proved that the later equation, this equation is again bisecting the former equation. So, again we got the equation of the straight line, pair of straight line to be x squared minus 2lxy minus y squared equal to 0. So, we have proved that the later pair also bisects the angle between the former. So, by these questions we have completed the exercise. Please go through this exercise. It's very important in the exam point of view. Thank you, students.